Story 1. The Frozen Shadows of Yuletide Manor. In the small snow-covered town of Evergreen Hollow, a decrepit mansion stood at the edge of the woods, shrouded in an eerie stillness. Yuletide Manor, as it was known, had a dark history that whispered through the chilly winds of winter. The tale began decades ago when the enigmatic winter-born family, renowned for their eccentricities, moved into the grand estate. Each year, they hosted a lavish Christmas Eve gathering, attracting curious townsfolk despite the ominous rumors that surrounded the manor. As the townspeople exchanged cautious glances, a brave young couple named Emily and Daniel decided to attend the fabled Yuletide Manor celebration. Drawn by the allure of mystery, they trudged through the snow-laden path that led to the foreboding mansion. The moment they crossed the threshold, a bone-chilling gust of wind extinguished the candles that lined the grand hallway. The winter-born family, with their cold gazes and gaunt faces, greeted them. The air seemed to freeze as the clock struck midnight, signaling the arrival of Christmas. The grand feast commenced, but the food was tasteless, as if the flavors had been stolen by the ever-present shadows. Emily noticed strange figures in the corners of the room, ethereal beings that disappeared upon closer inspection. Whispers of forgotten carols echoed through the halls, creating an eerie symphony that sent shivers down the spine. As the night progressed, Emily and Daniel explored the mansion, stumbling upon a locked door hidden behind a tattered tapestry. Intrigued, they managed to find the key, and the door creaked open, revealing a room steeped in darkness. A cold draft whispered through the chamber, and the flickering candlelight revealed a gallery of spectral paintings. Each portrait depicted a former resident of Yuletide Manor, frozen in time with hollow eyes that seemed to follow the intruders. Among the frozen faces, the winterborn family stared back, their expressions twisted into malevolent grins. In the center of the room, a ghastly Christmas tree stood adorned with ornaments made of bone, and the air carried the stench of decay. Panicking, Emily and Daniel rushed to leave the accursed room, but the door slammed shut behind them. The temperature plummeted, and the walls seemed to close in, whispering forgotten tales of despair and tragedy. The couple realized they were trapped in a web of the mansion's malevolence. As the Yuletide clock struck 3, the shadows manifested into ethereal forms, clawing at the intruders with icy fingers. The winterborn family, now grotesque specters, danced a ghastly waltz around the trapped couple. Emily and Daniel felt their very souls being pulled into the frigid abyss of the mansion's curse. In a final desperate plea, Emily clutched a dusty relic from the room, a forgotten family heirloom. As she uttered an ancient incantation, the room convulsed with unseen forces, and the malevolent spirits recoiled. The frozen figures in the portraits contorted in pain, their cursed existence disrupted. The door creaked open once more, and Emily and Daniel stumbled into the moonlit night, gasping for breath. Yuletide Manor stood silent, its frozen shadows retreating into the depths of the past. The young couple fled the haunted mansion, leaving the cursed history behind. Evergreen Hollow remained a town cloaked in snow, but the tale of Yuletide Manor persisted, as a chilling reminder that some horrors were best left undisturbed, especially on the frozen eve of Christmas. Story 2. The Ghosts of Midnight Carols. In the heart of a quaint village named Silvervale, nestled between snow-covered hills, a centuries-old tradition brought both joy and trepidation each Christmas Eve. The villagers gathered at the abandoned, vine-covered church on the outskirts, where they sang ancient carols at the stroke of midnight to honor the spirits of the departed. Legend held that the ethereal choir, comprised of the village's long-lost residents, would join in harmony with the living during this spectral celebration. However, there was an unwritten rule. No one was to speak or make eye contact with the ghosts, for fear of awakening a malevolent force. Sarah, an adventurous soul with a fascination for the supernatural, had just moved to Silvervale. Intrigued by the mysterious tales surrounding the midnight carols, she couldn't resist the allure of joining the spectral choir. As the clock approached midnight, she slipped into the back pew of the desolate church, her heart pounding with both excitement and fear. The villagers began singing the haunting carols, their voices echoing through the empty nave. Sarah hesitated, but the mesmerizing melodies compelled her to join in. As the clock struck 12, the atmosphere shifted, and an otherworldly chill filled the air. Transparent figures materialized in the pews beside her, their faces obscured by a misty veil. The ghostly choir, ethereal and sorrowful, merged seamlessly with the living voices. Sarah's heart raced as she sang, the blend of mortal and spectral creating an enchanting harmony that seemed to transcend time. However, in her eagerness, Sarah made a fateful mistake. She locked eyes with a ghostly figure beside her. The air thickened with an unnatural tension, and the room plunged into an eerie silence. The villagers cast nervous glances her way, realizing the unspoken rule had been broken. Suddenly, the ethereal choir's lament turned discordant, and a bone-chilling wind whipped through the church. Shadows danced wildly across the walls as the once harmonious melodies twisted into mournful wails. The spirits, offended by Sarah's indiscretion, began to circle her with accusatory gazes. Panicking, Sarah tried to leave, but an invisible force held her in place. The ghostly figures closed in, their ethereal hands reaching out with spectral fingers that sent shivers down her spine. The air grew colder, and the room resonated with the anguished cries of the departed. Just as the malevolent force threatened to engulf her, an elderly villager stepped forward, holding a weathered talisman passed down through generations. With a whispered incantation, the old villager invoked a protective barrier, breaking the hold of the vengeful spirits. The church fell silent once more, and the ghosts retreated into the shadows. Sarah, trembling and humbled, was released from the spectral grip. The villagers, their faces etched with a mixture of relief and sadness, resumed the carols with newfound caution. From that night on, the legend of Sarah's encounter became a cautionary tale in Silvervale. The midnight carols persisted, but the villagers approached the tradition with a respectful fear, ever mindful of the unspoken rules that bound the living and the dead on the haunting eve of Christmas. Story 3. The Enchanted Ornaments nestled in the heart of a snow-covered valley. The village of Eldenwood was known for its enchanting Christmas traditions. Every year, as the first snowflakes descended, the villagers gathered in the town square to decorate a massive tree, adorned with intricate, handcrafted ornaments passed down through generations. Legend spoke of a set of magical ornaments, hidden away by the town's founding families, said to possess the power to grant a single wish to those who could find and touch them. These ornaments, imbued with ancient magic, were rumored to come alive at midnight on Christmas Eve, allowing the spirits of the forest to weave their enchantments. Amelia, a young artist with dreams that reached beyond the snowy hills, heard whispers of the magical ornaments from her grandmother. Determined to uncover their secrets, she set out on a quest to find the elusive treasures. Armed with sketches and the tales passed down through generations, she delved into the frosty woods surrounding Eldenwood. The snow-laden branches of ancient trees cast long shadows, and the forest seemed to hold its breath as Amelia ventured deeper. Guided by the glow of the moon, she discovered a hidden glade adorned with a magnificent evergreen, its boughs gracefully draped in shimmering snow. As midnight approached, the ornaments on the tree began to shimmer with an ethereal light. Amelia, captivated by the enchantment, watched as the ornaments danced in the moonlight, their colors reflecting the magic within. She hesitated, torn between the beauty before her and the desire to uncover the legendary treasures. Summoning courage, Amelia touched a hand-carved ornament depicting a celestial stag. The moment her fingertips grazed the surface, a gentle breeze whispered through the glade, and the forest seemed to come alive with unseen spirits. The celestial stag ornament glowed with a soft radiance, and the air tingled with ancient magic. Suddenly, a voice echoed through the woods, resonating with the wisdom of ages. The spirit of Eldenwood, embodied by the celestial stag, spoke to Amelia. It revealed that the ornaments held the power to fulfill a single heartfelt wish, but their magic required balance. For every wish granted, a sacrifice had to be made. Amelia, her heart filled with altruism, wished for prosperity and happiness for her village. As the words left her lips, the glade erupted in a symphony of light and sound. The spirits of the forest swirled around her, carrying her wish on the winter winds. The next morning, Eldenwood woke to find the village transformed. Prosperity bloomed like spring flowers, and laughter echoed through the once silent streets. The news of Amelia's wish spread, and the villagers rejoiced in the newfound abundance. Yet as the years passed, Eldenwood discovered the bittersweet truth. With each wish granted, the enchanted ornaments lost a bit of their luster, and the forest, once vibrant, began to fade. The village, unaware of the delicate balance, continued to make wishes, unknowingly depleting the magic that sustained Eldenwood. Amelia, now an elder, watched with a heavy heart as the once thriving village withered. In a moment of clarity, she realized the connection between the wishes and the fading magic. With a heavy heart, she shared the truth with the villagers and implored them to cherish the magic that remained. In a communal act of understanding, the villagers decided to preserve the remaining magic and forego future wishes. The once fading forest began to recover, and Eldenwood found a new appreciation for the enchantment that surrounded them. The tale of Eldenwood and its enchanted ornaments became a cautionary story, reminding the villagers and future generations of the delicate balance between magic and responsibility. And so, every Christmas Eve, the people of Eldenwood gathered around the tree, not to make wishes, but to celebrate the enduring magic that connected them to the enchanted woods that cradled their village in a blanket of snow and dreams.